welcome to my channel. This is game week 31 of Premier League predictions. Last week I got 5 points, taking me to a total of 147 points. This week we're only going to have 8 games as 4 teams don't play. One of those being my team. And before I start the video, I want to say that the league's over. I think officially it's too far. We have slipped up once again. It's over. So we're going to have to deal with that Arsenal noise pollution from the fans. The first game of this game week, we're going to have Bournemouth versus United. So Bournemouth in their game, I thought they were very wasteful. I think they were the worst of the two against Burnley. And there's really not much else to talk about for them. I think that was just a really bad game. Another draw for them. I think that's 4 in a row now. But one player I do want to shout out is Alex Scott. I think he's been doing really good for them throughout the season. And now they got to go face United, who played Villa. And I think they struggled until the second half. And that may be because of Villa, on their side. But I think Bruno and Casemiro, they've been doing good all season as well. Bruno, how many is it now? 3 goals or 3 assists he needs to break the record or whatever it is, 4 assists. I think he's going to do it. I mean, 1 game a week, 8 games to go or 7 games to go. I think he's done it. And I think with that win, they have solidified their 3rd place spots, which sucks because I have a bet and I just lost $100. But for this matchup, I think United's going to win here. I think it's going to be low scoring though, because Bournemouth's games have been low scoring. 3 of their last games have been 0-0, but I don't think it's going to be a 0-0 this round because United can always score. So I'm going for a 1-0 to United. Next up, we have Brighton versus Liverpool. Brighton faced Sunderland and they managed to beat them. And I think that's another game where they deserve the win, right? And they're playing better. In their last 4 games, they've only lost once, and the other 3 were wins. And one thing in common with those wins is Baleba being benched. They brought him back for the Arsenal game. They lost, and then they subbed him out or benched him again for this game, and then they won. So maybe Baleba was the issue all along. That now makes their Premier League record 10 wins, 10 draws, and 10 losses. So they are just a bang average team. As for Liverpool, they faced Spurs and they were wasteful. They had a lot of chances and couldn't convert many, or they only converted 1. They choked the lead again, and I think it's a conversation now, or it has been for a while. When is Slot going to get sacked? I think he has too much credit in the bank. Yes, he won the Prem, but he did it in a year where the 2 best teams fell off. And for this matchup, Brighton versus Liverpool, when Brighton do host Liverpool, they can get a result. In the last 5 games, it's been pretty mixed. And with their forms, currently both teams, Brighton's is going up, Liverpool's is going down. I'm going for a draw here. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Next up, we have Fulham versus Burnley. Fulham played Forest, where they had a solid defense, but going forward, they didn't create much. And honestly, I think they were the worst of the 2 teams. So if one team would have won, it would have been Forest. And that is Fulham's first draw of the year. As for Burnley, I think they played pretty well against Bournemouth. I think they did deserve a draw or more. If someone was going to win, it would have been Burnley for me. And then shout out to Jadon Anthony. I think he's been pretty good this season. For this matchup, Fulham versus Burnley, I don't think Fulham can get a win here. Yes, they are at home, but their form is terrible at the moment. Whereas Burnley, they have actually been giving it a go against teams. They're not picking up many wins or many points, but I think they do deserve some. And I think this is a game where they can get one. So I'm going for another draw here, and that is going to be another 1-1 draw. Next up, we have Everton versus Chelsea. Everton, they faced Arsenal, and they had solid defense until one little mistake from Pickford. He was doing good all season, or all game and season, but that one mistake proved to be crucial and costly. But that's their defense, right? They did pretty good. But their attackers, or at least their strikers, Beto in this game was awful. He literally couldn't control the ball for a second. He struggles too damn much to be that damn big. As for Chelsea, they played Newcastle, and their defense fell asleep in that chance that Gordon made. People were talking about Fofana. I wanted to talk about Chalobah. Where was Chalobah in that situation? James was where Chalobah needed to be. Very wasteful on the other end as well. They had a lot of shots, didn't make any on target, or many on target. And they also got smoked by PSG again. 3-0 I think this time. And when these 2 teams face, when Everton is at home, Everton have picked up 3 wins in their last 5. So it's not crazy to say that Everton can win this one. But I think that Everton at home this season aren't as great, right? They haven't really got accustomed to that new stadium. And also, when these 2 teams faced at Everton, well, previously at Goodison Park, it was very low scoring in those last 5 games. But because Chelsea is here, under Rossinier, low-scoring games aren't really a thing, other than that Newcastle game they just had. So I think there's going to be a couple goals here. I think they're going to go band for band. I'm going for a high-scoring game here, but a draw. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Next up is Leeds versus Brentford. Leeds, they played Crystal Palace, and I think we can say they have lost their touch. That momentum they had through like mid part of the season is over now. First they got a pen, right? They were at a high. They missed it, and then they ended up getting a red. So it went completely opposite for them throughout the game. And with that draw, I mean, they're not out of relegation still. They're 3 points within the zone, I believe, or 4. They're still not quite out of it. As for Brentford, they played Wolves, and I think they had a great first half. But second half, I don't know what happened, but they fell off a cliff. Another tie for them. They continue to tie, which is not good for the European, hopes. So Conference League is not a guaranteed for these guys. So they still have to fight for what they want. And these are two teams that are kind of, struggling now. They're struggling to pick up points. So I wanted to go for a draw. But Brentford, when they are away from home, there's only been one draw in their, what is it now? Like 19 games, is it? No, 12 games? I don't know. It's been a couple games. And they've only drawn once. So I'm going to have to go for a winner here. And I'm going to go for Brentford. Leeds have actually just lost it. They can't score. You saw Calvert-Lewin. He can't even get a goal anymore. Even with the easiest shot of the game, a pen. So I'm going for a Brentford win here. A 2-1 win to Brentford. So next up we have Newcastle versus Sunderland. Newcastle, they played Chelsea in a great win for them. I did not expect that. Very effective with their shots. They had a few, and majority of them were on target. And also good defending from them because, Chelsea were pretty much on the ball the whole time. As for Sunderland, they played Brighton, and they continue to fall. They lose again. They are struggling to score. I don't know what happened to them either. Similar to Leeds and a couple other teams that were doing good at the start of the season, and now they have fallen off. Again, for these guys, wasteful. In the reverse fixture, everybody was hyped up for this match, right? A big derby we haven't seen in a long time. That was a lackluster game, let's just say that. And hopefully this time around it's a little bit different. What I think is going to happen is a Newcastle win. It's going to be at St. James's Park. Sunderland away from home are, I think it was 17th in the league, so they're not great away from home. And Newcastle have been, surprising me quite a bit. Even though they do have Champions League, they're going to play Barcelona. They can still win that one, so they're going to try for that one. I still think Newcastle's going to come here and beat Sunderland. I'm going for a 2-0 win to Newcastle. Next up is Villa versus West Ham. Villa last week played United, and they did better than I expected. In the first half, they did really good, but then as the game went out, maybe that's when the fatigue caught up to them. But they do lose 2 great goals. I can't blame them for those goals they conceded, so I don't think you can, kick yourself too much if you're a Villa fan. But then they also play Europa League tomorrow, so their team just, I don't know how many more games they can take, but yeah, they're going to be tired once again for this matchup. As for West Ham, they played City, and they had the low block of dreams after scoring that goal. We couldn't break them down. Good defending from them. They had 1 shot on target, 1 goal, so very effective. And overall, that's a great point to get. But for this matchup, when West Ham go to Villa Park, West Ham do pick up some wins. They have won 3 in the last 5. So Villa don't like hosting these guys. And with the way things are setting up, right, West Ham have a long break. Villa have to play tomorrow and then in the weekend. Villa's players are arguably the most tired of everybody, I think, because there's not that many of them, and there's a couple injuries, and they have Europe. So I'm going for a West Ham win here. I don't think that's crazy, and I'm going for a big West Ham win. I think West Ham can blow these guys out the park and sort of make a statement that they will be staying in the league. I'm going for a 3-1 win to West Ham. Next up is Spurs versus Forest, and our last game here. Spurs, they played Liverpool, and I think they were lucky that Liverpool were just as terrible as them. The only person that really deserves praise and deserves better is Richarlison. Every time he plays, he puts his heart on the field. He really does. Even though he has an attitude problem, he does try. And he's the one that ended up getting the goal, ended up getting the point for the team, and they stay in that relegation battle. As for Forest, they played Fulham, and I think they played really well, actually, and I think they deserved the win. I don't think Fulham brought anything to the table. I think Forest were the better team, but they also play Europe here, I think tomorrow as well. So Europe is not an excuse because Spurs also play Atletico. They might actually put bench players for that one because, they're already out of it. So Europe is not an excuse. In terms of form, Forest is the better team. Spurs did get a point, but I think Forest has actually deserved some wins, even though they haven't been getting them. But this is a big game, a big relegation battle game, 6-point swinger. I'm going to go for Forest. It's kind of crazy that a Big Six team has the potential to go down. But yeah, I'm going for a Forest win here. I think they can do it. It is very Spursy to get a point here, but they did it last week, and I said they could get it because they are Spursy, but not this time around. I think Forest is going to get it. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Forest. So those are my predictions for game week 31. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.